everyone, and welcome back. I'm your host, Veteran Mountain Man. So the Cato Institute has updated their Freedom in the 50 States publication, and they have their new list out. And it is updated for the year 2018. It does show all of the changes based off of 2014 to current. And here, if we look at the map, you can see that the top 5 are Florida, New Hampshire, Indiana, Colorado, and Nevada. And the bottom 5 include Hawaii, California, New York, Vermont, and New Jersey. And most of the rest of the country falls somewhere in between. Now, several people were attacking this concept of freedom in the 50 states the other day. And we're saying that, they valued different aspects of freedom other than guns. Well, here you can actually see that the Cato Institute does actually look at a lot of different concepts when it comes to freedom. Fiscal, regulatory, personal, economic, how lawsuits are handled, how land rights are handled, marriage, education, occupational liberty, victimless crime, how easy is it to get health insurance, campaign finance law, other miscellaneous laws, travel, incarceration, communications and cable, cannabis regulations, gun regulations, tobacco regulations, gambling regulations, asset forfeiture regulations, alcohol regulations, and even labor regulations. And when it comes to labor freedom, a lot of states that you would not think of do very well for labor freedom. And as you look, a lot of the states that are in the bottom 5 are in the bottom 5 for that as well. Primarily because of the fact that many of the states that were in the bottom 5 are states that have heavy labor unions. And actually, some of the states that are in the bottom 5 reach the top 5 when it comes to some of the other things, such as cannabis laws or tobacco laws or gambling, or at least come closer. But realistically, they don't hit a whole lot of those freedoms in a lot of other places. Now, you can see the whole overview at the Cato Institute's website, and I'm going to include it in the link down below in the description. And you can actually read statistics on your own state, what caused the analysis of your state, why your state is considered where it's at in the listing. And I will also let you know that states' movements in these listings also depend on what the other states around them are doing. So if a state like New Mexico changes its laws to make itself more free, to give itself more freedom, it might cause states like Texas and Arizona to bump down, simply because that state has quit restricting its citizenry, as opposed to only going up the list if the states around you go down. That's a little different scenario. Now, you can still rush yourself to the bottom of this list, obviously, because states like California, with everything from their plastic straw ban to their control of when and where and how you can smoke, and when and where and how you can get married, and what you can actually do with your own property, and how many certifications you need to get to be a professional, and everything else, has truly legislated itself all the way to the bottom of this list. The thing that seems to dominate getting to the top of this list is a concept called laissez-faire, which is, I'm willing to leave the people in my state alone and let them make their own choices, which is kind of the ultimate sign of freedom in the United States. So I would encourage you to look your state up on this listing, find out why your state is ranked the way it is, and consider actually talking to some of the other people in your state and seeing about maybe helping yourself get up the ladder a little bit. Because I'll tell you what, you might be surprised just what your state is doing once you read this stuff. Most people don't know. Well, thank you all again for joining me on this lovely Saturday. I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful weekend. And don't forget to subscribe and follow me on my other social media sites, because I don't know how much longer some of the mainstream sites are going to let me continue to broadcast. Thank you all, and have a beautiful day.